Rich people can afford sophisticated accountants who can hide the money in offshore tax havens.
Romney and his wife have millions of dollars in offshore funds.
Let's make this country a tax shelter instead of other countries.
When we heard these millionaires had so much money in offshore tax havens, we thought that sounded pretty good.
But because offshore accounting is shrouded in secrecy, we had no choice but to go to the Cayman Islands ourselves. I mean, who better to sort out tax policy loopholes than comedian Lee Camp?
And other comedian Negin Farsad.
Okay, where would I put my... because this is still...
It was clear what was special about the Cayman Islands. Clear blue waters, palm trees, banks. So to find Romney's money, we took our expert sleuthing skills to the streets.
And when that failed, we used a tried and true method that was used in the great 1992 disappearance of Mr. Whiskersface. It's Romney's money, and we were wondering if you've seen it.
No, you haven't seen any money around?
I know that he's got a ton of it here.
The American government is going to absolutely rape and burn your children over what they're doing with the financial situation.
Rape and burn your children?
Do you guys pay taxes?
Yes, sir.
Why do you do that? Do you pay taxes in Canada?
Like 22% I think comes off your pay.
22%? That means if you have like $100 million, you only get to keep $78 million.
My plan was to come here and give my money to a tax haven because I have tens upon 20s of dollars.
You're gonna have to do your homework. You would need at least 1,000.
I'm not there yet, but you know, one day I'm gonna... We needed to talk to an expert. Enter Nick Shaxson.
The man who literally wrote the book on tax shelters.
Our first question is, what is a tax haven?
The basic kind of business model is bring your money to us. We won't steal your money, but we'll help you steal someone else's money. Those someone else's are typically the US taxpayer.
Why should Americans give a
100 billion US dollars per year are being mediated through these offshore centers.
100 billion US dollars are lost a year?
Yes.
As the foremost expert on tax havens, are you single? Because I can give you some of this. All this talk about taxes makes me hot.
We discussed this.
Armed with that sexy British beast's information, we decided tax havens kind of sound super awesome.
Enough. But what do you really need to set up a super secret tax avoidance money hideout pit of dollar bills?
Office supplies.
Do you have shredders? Do you have paper shredders? How many shredders do you have on premises?
We want to be able to have a 24-hour shredding cycle.
So like all of these, right?
Okay.
Our next target was the chief bank regulators of the Cayman Islands.
This guard sent us to this lady, who pointed us to this lady, who stuck us in a room with these blue-shirted dudes who were finally going to tell us where to shove our money. Mitt Romney, do you know where he keeps his money? Because then we could go literally exactly the same place.
We don't know
Keep
where
it with the American.
He keeps his money.
You don't know where he keeps his money?
Whether or not people choose to report that they have an account here, that's something on top of those individuals.
I mean, we the regulators.
We're just here to regulate the banks to make sure they operate
Right.
on the avenue.
When was the last time you prosecuted someone for?
Hiking? Yeah, I mean, but I think there was some kind of funds, if I'm not mistaken. I was on the news. I mean, for who do you guys exactly work for?
Apparently the Cayman Islands has a don't ask, don't tell policy on all sketchy financial dealings.
After getting kicked out of there, it was time to go to the biggest game in town, the Walmart of tax havens, the Ugland House. At only 4 stories high, it's home to 19,000 corporations, which is like 4 square inches per business.
Man, they must have office chairs the size of blueberries.
The camera on? Okay, you have to turn it up.
Point your camera on the floor. Turn it up. What they didn't know was that I had a secret ballpoint pen video camera hidden in the breast pocket of my jacket.
We thought we'd be able to talk about literally like trying to rent office space.
Because, I mean, there are a lot of businesses here, so there's got to be office space, right?
I'm not in a position to be able to even respond to questions with answers about specifically how business is done.
Is it like a money thing? If we had more money, could we speak to someone? Like, if we had a lot of fluid assets, we got some big assets.
Dollars.
I think we've got at least $23 on us. I got some nickels.
Oh, you're dropping them. You're dropping them.
22.50. No, doesn't do it.
We'll leave that one for good luck. Clearly our money intimidated her.
I still have some change. I'm gonna leave that with them. That's it. All we really needed was an offshore address, and that wasn't so tough. Which we name our accountant.
Awesome. Offshore. It turns out there's only so much a couple of comedians can achieve in 4 days. But we did learn that the tax havens of the top 1% are incredibly secretive places.
We also uncovered that the regulatory agency in charge of those accounts has maybe prosecuted someone once, maybe no, not never.
At a time when our politicians are telling us we're broke and need austerity, it turns out it's not true. There's $32 trillion of taxable money sitting in beachy McSunshineville, and with our addition, that's $32 trillion in $22.50.
In reality, these shelters only benefit modern-day pirates. If they want to enjoy America's freedom, innovation, and apple pie-flavored hamburger beers at the ballpark, then here's an idea. Maybe they could pay their taxes in the United States like the rest of us. Just saying.